Hello there, my Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Capricorn to full moon in Cancer, taking us from really the day after Christmas, December 26th, the new moon in Capricorn, to January 10th, 2020. Happy New Year, happy holidays, and all of that stuff. I am your reader for the moment, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and broadcasting, recording, editing from my parents' basement because I'm visiting them in Saratoga for the week. Probably heading back on Friday, though, doing this actually on Christmas Eve. Everything's nice and quiet in the house. Everybody who's here, needs to be here, is here. The dogs are settled in. The cats are all hiding. It's all great. So, literally in the rec room of my parents' basement, which is just such a hoot to do. And for some reason, I think doing this work in this house in this way is a little subversive and a little rebellious for me, and I'm kind of digging it. I am the youngest. Yeah, they let us juggle knives. They let us read tarot. So welcome. Let's have some fun with this. To clarify, this is a What Do I Need read. So it's sort of like working with, I don't know, an oracle system, or you pull a rune a day or a tarot card or something like that, saying, what is my card of the day, right? Lovely. Give you a certain focal point for the 24-hour period, right, ahead of you. Similar, except we're asking the divine through systems of divination, divine interaction. What do I need, right? Going to the divine, saying, let's work with the symbolic system. I'm going to have the grace of humility to know that I do not know. By the way, the grace of humility is the first grace I discuss in my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It's an ebook. You can get it from my website. The link is in the description box below, and I marked it down $10 for December. The reviews are really good. Go read the reviews on my website. They're really good. Sort of like a book of spiritual practice, spiritual prayer, but in my voice, which is, I think, way more fun because it's me. All right, my Aquarians, my Aqualungs. Remember, this is a general read. Please do check your other signs. So sun, moon, rising. Not every reading is going to resonate with everybody all the time or 100%. I mean, that's a really good reading. If someone can read you 100% once, that's pretty amazing, considering the quantum field day that it all is, all in all. So please do check your other signs. Other than that, please just remember to breathe. Because you're going to breathe anyway. The more you do it consciously and deliberately, the more you're in the present moment. The more you're in the present moment, the more you can catch the intuitive hits, the pieces of clarity that I'm bringing through, because we're also breathing the same prana. We are technically breathing the same air. There's only like one oxygen field on the planet, right? So we are all breathing the same air, which is a little gross, I know. But if you think about it as, you know, the chi, the prana, the inspiration in the respiration, right? We're all breathing the same energy field. So even though we're separated by time and place, I'm tuning, you can tune, and I just think people get a better experience when they're more focused on their breath and present anyway. You know, whether you want to Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, or Ram Dass, who just crossed over, blessed be Ram Dass, be here now, wherever you are, I know you're being here now. Yeah, so let's dive in, shall we? Nice deep breath, and let's go. Oh, feet on the floor for my Aquarians. Here we go. My angels. Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels Oracle. All the decks I use are in the description box below at the bottom. Please, one card in clarity for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need? What do they need to know for this new moon in Capricorn to full moon next in Cancer, December to January? Oh, well, we start off with Archangel Michael, the only angel card technically in this angel deck. She has other decks, obviously, that she deals with Ascended Masters and mermaids, and of course there's one for archangels as well. I don't have that one. This is the only one of hers that I've used to date. So we're looking at Archangel Michael here, very much the archangel, the protector, the defender. We all know that part, but he has the sword of truth, and that's how I know him, the sword of blue flame, right? Well, it depends on the mythology, who you're reading it from. You know, whether you're going purely Hebraic text or more New Agey, or, you know, more celestial. There's so many different art. I would love to get all the Archangel channels, Archangel Michael channels in one room at the same time. Like, I don't know, get like a stadium and put them all there and just go, and go! And see if they all spoke in unison. Wouldn't that be fun? Then we could get like the Saint Germains on the other side. Just fucking field day, right? We could have like an Ascended Master Archangel Super Bowl. I think it's a great idea. No. So we're talking here usually about some kind of truth, that Archangel Michael is in the situation, on the case somehow, protecting, defending, but also very much the Archangel of freedom, right? Usually associated with the South, the element of fire and transformation, but transformation through truth, because truth transforms you. Usually by fire, right? Our good old Glorious Steinem, Ascended Master Glorious Steinem, still in body. The truth will set you free, but it will probably piss you off first. Truer words probably have never been said. Let's go in with that, with the Daughter of the Moon Tarot for the voice of the goddesses, right? The collective divine feminine, right? Not just the divine feminine within you and me, but the divine feminine, half the universe, essentially. So we call that the voice of the goddesses. Nice deep breath. Gonna get us some yin. Let's get yin to it. My goddesses, please. One card in clarity for this Aquarian collective. Oh, I feel that. This Aquarian collective, sun, sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need for this new moon in Capricorn to full moon next in Cancer? Since we're talking Archangel Michael, from the angels themselves, they put up one of their own. My goddesses, please. What's for this Capricorn? Lovely card. Eight of Pentacles, the learner. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the Eight of Pentacles in other decks. This one is a maiden learning from a crone how to weave. W-E-A-V-E, most likely blankets, right? There's even one in the distance that the crone has already done, sort of showing her as an example how to do it, but now showing her line by line, right? Row by row, how to do it. So, my Aquarians, if you can step back, which is what y'all are good at, not stepping back horizontally, although you're good at that too, but that stepping up, right? Like, pulling back to the, almost like the 8th chakra and above, like higher dimensional consciousness. That's why, you know, the song from the musical Hair, The Age of Aquarius, even though most of the qualities in that song are Piscean, we'll cut some poetic slack there. It is that idea of higher vision, right? Seeing things from a more spiritual point of view, although Aquarians tend to be more intellectual in it, more divine masculine in that sense, not so much the open-heartedness that is more divine feminine. So if you can pull back and see that, oh, this is a soul lesson. Everything's a soul lesson. What's not? But in particular, something going on here that the next few cards should help elucidate, but I have a feeling if there's something in your mind that you're already like, Archangel Michael, perhaps I'm being deceived, perhaps I'm deceiving myself, perhaps there is some self-sabotage going on here, certainly addictive patterns, toxicity that I need to be cut free from, but then to see that, yes, but there's a lesson here. Even if I were to, you know, burn down the house, change my name, move to another country, if I don't learn the lesson, it doesn't matter, right? That's very Aquarian. That's very holographic, right? Seeing the holographic nature of the quantum field, that we are all one consciousness, one entity, one singularity, manifested as the many. Right? The world of multiplicity, the world of 10 billion things. I forget if Buddha said millions, probably millions. By now it's billions. Interest. Let's have a look-see, duck-see at what the gods, the divine masculine, want to say about what the Aquarians need through the Mythic Tarot, Juliet Sharman Burke. Love this deck too. Actually read this one before Daughters of the Moon, but once I found Daughters of the Moon, I fell in love. Now I read both. Nice deep breath. Oh, my gods, the collective divine masculine, please. One card in clarity for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need for this new moon in Capricorn to full moon next in Cancer, December 2019 to January 2020? Please, considering the angels are saying Archangel Michael, the goddesses are talking about the learner, that there is a lesson here to play the role of the learner. Eight of Pentacles too, like real physical. It's like you have to just endure this one. That's the feeling I get. It's sort of like put your head down on your desk and keep working. All right, you know, just keep working. Learn it line by line. If you're learning from it, you won't regret no matter what happens. That's how we dissolve So we really deal with the past is by learning from it. Then we get, oh, it couldn't have happened any other way, right? It was all a setup. It was all written into the quantum script the whole time. Come hell or high water, I was going to have to do that, right? So the divine masculine, please, for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, what do they need this new moon to full moon next? Again, major arcana cards. It's so bizarre. They're not the majority in the deck, but it seems every time I do one of these what do I need reads where I just pull one card. There's always a major arcana card. We'll see if that continues throughout. But here we have the Wheel of Fortune, the fates, right? One who measures, one who spins, one who measures, one who cuts, right? In a sense, the past, present, future. The fates here are talking about not just some aspect of divine timing, which certainly the turn of the wheel of the year. Here we are just past Yule, the winter solstice. There are solar cycles, lunar cycles, planetary cycles. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. I actually have the crow as a totem, but it's the Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow as a totem. Love her. Sorry, I digress. But definitely something, this is the card to me that says, honey, it is written in the divine plan. It is woven into the fate, into the destiny. There is a difference between fate and destiny. You can have that conversation at another time. But this is something that is written. This is definitely something you came in to learn on a soul level. And it has something to do with truth, freedom, being cut free. Yes, the protector defender is in there too, but perhaps you're protecting and defending your own innocence. The child of your heart, which is really, we are the guardian angels of the heart chakra, the innocence of our heart, right? That's what happens when we wake up. We are the guardian angels. We are the higher selves, but to the child in the heart. He said, oh, we got a wonderful human for you to be a guardian angel of. Next thing you know, we're in the body. Holy fuck. Talk about a switcheroo. We were chosen, but now we got to choose. It's like, okay, then I choose. If there's a lesson here, let me learn it. Really, if you got to kick the crap out of me to do it, if it's what I came in to do, then let me not have to repeat it over and over and over again. Let me learn. And to that end, let's ask the Whispers of Love Oracle for the voices of the higher selves of all involved, what you need. Nice deep breath, please. The higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need for this new moon in Capricorn to full moon next in Cancer? The angels are talking Archangel Michael, the goddesses, Eight of Pentacles, the learner. The gods are talking about the Wheel of Fortune of all things. So please, the higher selves of all involved, a whisper of love. What do they need, this Aquarian collective, for this new moon to full moon next? You need forgiveness. Literally. One word on the card, forgiveness. Well, with a little description. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. Cut yourself free. It's a fucking lesson. It was written. It was scripted. Chances are you knew it was going to happen before you came in, but we're not allowed to remember that stuff down here. Look, I've had to cut somebody out of my life that I will always love. It was a loss the likes of which pretty much took me out of the game, and this is recent. This is like the past couple of months, right? It was Samhain tide. Lammas to Samhain, Samhain into Yule. Just horrible. But it is such a gift. It has made me so much better, and I don't know, this person and I might totally be destined to be together someday. But it doesn't change the lesson that I had to learn about loss, about the depth of our grief shows how much we've loved. Now, that's a bitch of a lesson to learn. I'm a Pisces moon. I know I was clearing energy fields for not just me, but like thousands of people these past few months. But you know what? It didn't kill me. It made me stronger. So there's some truth there to be had. Let the truth set you free, but forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. There's an alchemy there. Now look, I am both a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles. It's really my foundational spiritual spine outside of witchcraft. It's what I needed, because how much black candles do you want to burn in one lifetime? Sooner or later, learn the miracle of forgiveness, because it's available, right? just got a lot of internal work to do that shit, but it works. It works if you work it. But now there are so many updated ways, right? It's like that came out in the early 1970s. Things have sped up considerably, right? So the thing of forgiveness of saying, well, from the soul's point of view, this is a video game, right? We were chosen to come into this world to play the role. Like the soul that's in this body was chosen to play the role of Markangelo Lyons, but the soul of this body has now chosen to be in other words, we weren't just chosen, we choose. All right, then I'm going to choose. What do I have to forgive? That's what would heal this child's heart, right? The child of my heart, this beautiful, sweet personality, Markangelo Lyons, that's loving the self. That I can't hate somebody else and love myself at the same time. And it's okay to love that you hate them if you get that is the wounded child, right? That just because we forgive people doesn't mean that child doesn't have its say and it doesn't get to have its voice heard and get the love that it needs. That child needs to be loved more, not less, as well as the person who did whatever they did. They didn't do it because they were feeling love. Quantum. Thankfully, we have one more card left. New deck. New deck alert. The Healing Mantra deck, Matt Kahn. Loving it so much. 52 little lightsabers. They're wonderful. Keep in mind, a mantra is not an affirmation. People keep saying that. It's like, no, do the research. Mantra is a Sanskrit word that means to protect or to cover. The protector, just saying, right? An affirmation is a statement usually of truth, right? Something that you're trying to manifest, like, or to make that you're going to affirm the truth that you should know already, but you don't. And look, I'm all down with Louise Hay. That's how I learned affirmations. Louise Hay, Shakti Gawain, right? In the 80s, right? When I started reading all this stuff as a teenager. The 80s were a lot of fun for me in lots of different ways. Talk about the road less traveled, path less traveled. But mantras are different. Mantras are codes, C-O-D-E-S, where, Om Namah Shivaya, right? I'm used to them in Sanskrit because I adore Sanskrit. I don't speak it fluently. Nobody does. It's dead language, like Latin, right? But it's just so poetic and so beautiful, and one word can mean so many different things. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Learned it from Deepak and Oprah, right? I will learn. That's an eclectic witch. I'll learn from wherever. Puts you, embodies the higher self, connects you with the universe, right? All depending on interpretation. So these, the great thing about Sanskrit is that if you speak English, the mind can't take I am at peace. We'll take the English language, I am at peace, P-E-I-C-E, P-E-A-C-E, will start to screw with it, right? Om Shanti, can't do that with. I can't. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om, which is essentially I am peace, right? According to translations. These are English. Gotta use them. Try them out. Give them 24 to 48 hours. It's a code. You keep saying it goes deeper and deeper into the cell tissue, deeper and deeper into the subconscious. Eventually the subconscious accepts it and it becomes familiar. Like any truth. And I guess similar to affirmations in that way. But this is about unlocking something, not affirming something. Cool. Can you tell I'm a spiritual teacher? Yeah, I'm used to standing up in front of a pen board, but I'm really digging this too. Cool. So on one side of the card is the mantra itself. The other side of the card is the name of the mantra. So I'll give you the name first. I'll read you the mantra, and then we're going to look it up in the book because it's teeny tiny, but his insights are so good. He's really good. He's Matt Kahn, brilliant. Check out his YouTube channel. Really, I recommend it all the time. I watch him not every now and again, at least once or twice a week, because sometimes it'll just pop up right on my homepage. I'm like, oh, I remember that one, and there's something in there I don't remember him fucking saying. Yeah. Nice deep breath. As we ask Matt and the Masters, Matt and the Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign, for this new moon in Capricorn to full moon next in Cancer, please. One healing mantra for this Capricorn Sun, Moon, Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising sign, considering the angels are talking about Archangel Michael, the goddesses are talking about the learner, Eight of Pentacles, the gods are talking talking about the Wheel of Fortune, fate and destiny, divine timing, the quantum web. And the higher selves are talking about forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. Then please, my masters, your incisive clarity. What is a healing mantra that would be truly helpful? What do they need? This Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What is the healing mantra they need for this new moon to full moon next? Resolving anger. You saw I had my eyes closed, right? Resolving anger. Your own, perhaps somebody else's. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Conflict, so when I'm experiencing conflict in the outside world, it's reminding me when I need more space for myself. Conflict within myself, being triggered, right? Regardless, be triggered by something not necessarily a person, right? You see something that triggers you. Hear something that triggers you that's not connected to a human being, right? Conflict. What is a trigger? There's a conflict, right? Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Time to pull back. It does make sense. Archangel Michael, learning something, scheduled, gotta forgive it, resolving your anger. Let's look this puppy up. It's alphabetical. Resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. When anger is resolved, you are able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. Now let's just unpack that. That's a lot for one sentence, right? When anger is resolved, okay, meaning that you've worked on it, you resolved some anger stuff. I don't know that we're ever completely done at any one given stage. You are able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. All right? In other words, it's happening because there's transformation going on they might not be aware of or you might not be aware of. When anger is present, it acts as a sign of needing more space to face the feelings that are ready to be healed or to balance out patterns of doing with moments of silent being, right? When we do, and we're not giving ourselves time to rest and integrate, the pressure builds up. So it really is saying that anger is a sign, really, to back it up, that there needs space for feelings that need to be faced and healed, as well as balancing the doing of our lives with just being and perhaps silence and meditation or just plain old-fashioned rest, right? As you resolve anger, you are able to find the time you need to be both rested and productive. Balance. Like, you know, when you're on schedule, I know what it's like. Like, I knew coming away for a couple of days to Saratoga that my schedule, that I'm actually reading cards in town at Magic Moon, Saratoga Springs, that just balancing it all in with family. I wasn't going to be able to do as much YouTubing as I like to get done in a week. I am a Virgo. But I knew it's like, this is the holiday season. I don't get to see my family that often. It's 2 or 3 times a year tops. So let's just go with it. And as a result, I took the time for myself to slow down. Fucking holidays. And my anger level has been a little frustration here and there with technical stuff, but not a big deal. Like, okay, I'm in the rec room downstairs. It's lovely. It's fine. The lighting's not perfect, but I'll be back this weekend doing the True Love reads from my dining room, right? But I was able to take that time. Now imagine with the holiday shopping and the traffic and the travel and the anger, right? So this last little bit, I always save this last little bit for the end here. This mantra is ideal for managing stress. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. I can imagine New Yorkers saying that through gritted teeth. Deepening interpersonal communication. Right? Deepening, saying, I need some space. I need some space to deal with this myself because I'm exploding, right? Or I need some space. You need some space, right? Deepening interpersonal communication and tempering frustration, right? So you can feel it when you start to get frustrated, to temper it like eggs. It's a cooking thing. Oh, my dear good goddess, my Aquarians. Really, starting with Archangel Michael here. Yeah, go celestial, right? Call down the Archangel if that's your deal. That the sword of truth cut you free from illusions, from ties that bind, because you are in a lesson. Now I'm going to jump ahead and say that the lesson is forgiveness-based, because from A Course in Miracles, all lessons are forgiveness-based. Talk about the quantum at work, and that this is something, Wheel of Fortune, scripted, destined, written in your DNA, in your life plan, in your Akashic record, whatever you want to call it. The film is already in the can. You're just living it out like a video game. And the mantra for resolving anger, even to help you resolve someone else's anger on your part, not necessarily for them. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Cool, cool. Makes sense. We're in winter now. Hibernate. Take space. Rest. What is the ego? And this I got from Matt Kahn, by the way. I love him so much. Never met him. Don't know him from a hole in the wall, aside from on YouTube and his cards. And his website. His website's really cool. He came out with the idea, I think he's right on, saying that what is the ego? An inflamed nervous system. Well, what does inflammation need? Chill the fuck out. Rest. Breathe. Silence. Stillness. Totally what the world needs, so that when we do take action, we come from a place of that balancing, as this card indicates, of the stillness and the doing. Cool, cool. Well, there you have it, my aqua lungs, my Aquarians, my water bearers. Loving you all so much. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the season. Please do like, subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. You will love Drunk Tarot when I do it, though it'll only be once a month. Help me reach my goals, and I will do my best without knowing absolutely each and every one of you to help you reach yours. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what witches do. We try and help people make their dreams come true. It's really fun when ours do as well. Every now and again. Cool, cool. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the holiday. Blessed new moon to you all. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.